I am here at an open house for a local artist here in Michigan. Her name is Rita Long. I have a pretty good relationship with Rita. We've known her for many years now. She is my style of art, and I really enjoy what she does because it very much represents how I would paint when I paint. And I can really appreciate someone who has perfected the craft and worked hard at making it better. And being invited then to an open house has been spectacular. We're here at her lake home, just enjoying a beautiful fall day here in Michigan, and who could ask for more? This is pretty awesome. I'm telling you.
Come on first.
Well, I was going to say I'm remarkable because I know Sandy and Al, and if there was no repeats, then they'd have to come up with other stuff.
Also, give us a fun fact about why you're remarkable.
I'm still here.
Monica, you are remarkable because you have this amazing way of having this knowledge about the universe that you can retell to people in applicable times and places, and that just astounds me about you. So that is why I think Monica is remarkable.
Maybe you should tell all of us.
This is what we did in Dale Carnegie. Just get up there and do it.
Why are you remarkable?
All I have to do is look around. How could this not be like the best place in the world? I mean, that's all I gotta say. Look at you guys.
So
You're
Rita,
so lucky.
Rita is remarkable
chewing my
because...
finger here.
Well, I gotta wait till you stop
Yeah, I'm
talking.
not done. I can't stop now. Go,
Because of the friends that I have in the support, and Sandy said, she kept saying, do a show, do a show, do a show, do a show. It's like, she was right, do a show, just do it. Just whatever you want to do, just do it. That's
How does this one compare to the last one?
They're just there.
Awesomeness.
The awesomeness. This fantasticness.
Unique and special.
Yeah.
Can I say something about Rita?
Oh no. Oh, Dr. Dean's here, yay.
The reason why Rita is remarkable is because she understands fully that life is the journey. And I've shared it with her for about 9 years. And I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you. She's got me out of a lot of stuff, girl. Wow.
All right, Carol, why are you remarkable?
I'm remarkable because I can take something that's brass or tarnished and see the gold and the diamonds in it, and I approach life that way. So it's never good or bad, it just is, and because I do that, I tend to end up with people like this around me.
Oh, yay.
Awesome, Olivia.
You? Hang on.
No, we'll get to me last.
Come on.
Okay.
You're not in charge here.
No?
That's right.
So I am remarkable because I love to pull that inner yummy out of people, and I know a lot of times people are afraid to shine that inner light or showcase that thing that is just so beautiful and uniquely them, and that's why I'm remarkable, because I love to just showcase that in people.
Amen.
Olivia.
Okay, I am remarkable because I'm like a 22-year-old, 90-year-old, like the least fun of all of my friends, the one who works 80 hours a week, and then, like, you know, I would have been in bed and went to dinner at Grandma's on Sunday, my day off, you know? That is what makes me remarkable.
This is what makes you remarkable.
Yeah.
I thought she was doing this. All right, but now that we're past it, that also.
But she also bought Mommy a painting.
Right.
Surprised her today.
She's got a remarkable heart.
Dr. Jean, why are you remarkable?
Well, I am remarkable because I have the privilege of being a physician for most of my career, which lasted about 39 years. And along the way, I met such wonderful people. I'm surrounded by many of them right now. And I am starting the next journey of my life, which is very exciting as well.
You just keep on finding the adventures. She does. You do.
Cheryl.
And you ran a marathon
I did last November.
last November in New York. New York.
New York. 5 hours, 7 minutes.
Wow.
And how old are you?
I'm allowed to say now.
Yeah.
I'm 71.
I love it. I love it.
Cheryl.
Thank you.
I am remarkable because I work toward finding the beauty in everything around me and every person that I meet.
and I try to shed anything negative and just enjoy all of the gifts that God has given me in the nature surrounding me and the people that surround me.
Yeah. Wow, beautifully said.
Katie.
Hey, I am remarkable because I'm finding my own way and I'm doing it my way.
Hey, Dad.
Everyone else will feel crazy. I am remarkable because Sandy
I'm
brings
jealous
out
of all
the
those men.
sparkle in everyone. And between Al and Sandy, they have challenged me to take the beauty in nature and develop it to be my own and play in the dirt and make it flourish into something beautiful.
Wow.
One is remarkable because he's like terra firma in a world that spins out of control. He's bedrock.
I think that we were just discussing that there's a generation that certainly was taught not to talk about themselves, and I grew up from that generation. My mother was certainly that way. But what we were just discussing is it's not about boasting about yourself, but it's about recognizing yourself. And it's not saying I'm so awesome that no one's as awesome as me, but rather it's saying this is something that I feel good about and that I feel is important to me. And I think that's how someone can be remarkable, and that's why so many people shy away from it, out of this fear that me being remarkable means that I'm making you less than. And that's not what remarkability is about. It's about uplifting all of us.
Right.
That if I can be a better human being, and I can share my being a better human being, and I can express it, then maybe Jody can take that influence and express her own remarkableness, and then each person, Monica, can hear that and then express it herself. But I do think that we live in a world that tells us not to do that, not to be anything
And
other
I
than.
think we're also shying away from defining ourselves because we have this way of muttering through things and not knowing which direction we want to be. But if we do define ourselves verbally and recognize that and say, I'm remarkable because, then people may understand that definition, and then once we stand for that, it is accepting, but it's getting over that I can't talk about myself or I can't define myself because that's gonna, sway people one way or the other, and which we shouldn't be concerned with.
I have a tape in my head. We grow up with these tapes, and one tape that I have is from my mother, who had this Finnish translation, and there was a Finnish exchange student came and spent a summer with us. And in Finnish it was whatever it was, but the interpretation was, open up the window, self-praise stinks. So I grew up with this belief that if I talked about me, then we better open up the window because it's going to get smelly in here. And
Luckily, my grandma never said that.
you were lucky.
Or my mother.
Yeah, you were lucky. In my case, it was, don't do that, don't say anything about yourself, don't bring any positive attention to yourself. And you realize what a miserable life that is. Here I am trying to be the best me growing up as a kid, feeling that I can't express myself.
Don't you think that every person has like their own special something? Every person that I meet has a unique skill or ability or an outlook on the world, and I think that should be celebrated.
Well, we are. Think about from a DNA standpoint, the three of us sitting here are 99.96% identical. You look
Except
at the
for
DNA.
the parts that make us special.
Except for that 0.4% that makes us different. Why not celebrate that? We can celebrate all the togetherness, but why not celebrate the uniqueness? Now, I think the difference comes in when someone says, I'm way better than them because, and they list their criteria why they think they're better than the world. Yeah, that's kind of a problem.
It has nothing to do with being better than the world. It has to do with being
Just honoring self.
The most bestest version of yourself and sharing that, because
And we're the only ones that can do that for ourselves, because nobody else is going to do it for us. I mean, yes,
We
we
can
can
try,
all
we can
say
encourage,
Rita's
but-
art is just phenomenal, because we all know that, but that's because Rita knows she's phenomenal, and she lets
she
us know.
lives into that.
And she lives that, exactly.
And
I wish
that's why
that-
she continues.
I wish that more people would talk to young people about what makes them remarkable, because each person has like this little kind of nuance on the way that they approach life, the way that they communicate, the special gift that they have. And if we as adults, and I'm going to put this responsibility on the grown-ups, if we could celebrate that a little more in each person that we meet, then the world would be a better place because of it. And it is never about diminishing somebody else. It is
No.
always about living into the best version of you. and sharing that, because isn't that what makes somebody remarkable? You can look at somebody and you can say you are remarkable because, whether it's the way that you talk or the way that you sound or the art that you do or the persona that you live your life within, that makes people remarkable.
Yes.
You look at that from a youth standpoint, the only way that we really give accolade to children is through sports.
Or
And-
grades.
Yeah, grades.
Shame.
Yeah,
Shame on
right.
us.
But let's just look at sports alone. If you're not the best, then you're just part of a team.
Then you're mediocre.
And so, yeah, and that really isn't what they're about. I mean,
What if your approach to your input on the team was your remarkable self?
And the other thing we do, I think, is we captivate kids and say, make sure that you advocate for yourself. Well, advocate is a little on the harsh side because that means you're having to defend
yeah, it's coming from
And it's not-
an attacked position
Correct.
almost.
And so instead of that, it's, designing and letting people know your...
Let's just celebrate each of our unique pieces instead of having to conform and or then defend our position.
Right.
And I do think that we teach our kids to defend their position versus just go out there and do your shit. Just do the thing that you want to do
Just
because you want to do it.
Do your shit.
Just do it.
And
man.
celebrate that.
That's right.
That's what the world needs more of. And I think that's the lesson for today from the podcast. It's do your shit because the world needs more of you. Absolutely.
Yeah, when we look at how unique people are, and we really are very different, yet we're so much the same, and why not celebrate it? Celebrate every little bit of it that you possibly can, instead of run around with the hang-ups that we all have. We all have the tapes in our head running right now
And
about anything, about how we look, about how we're sitting, about how we're this, how we're dressed, how we're whatever. And instead, let's just celebrate that. Yeah. That's a pretty good wrap up.